r/TalesFromRetail, episode 36. Little old lady loses her mind. Me, your total will be 0.99p. Her hands over a £20 note. Me, oh I'm sorry, do you have anything smaller? We don't have any change at the moment. It's the beginning of the day. Her, no. Me, oh well could you use your card instead? As I say, we have no change, not even £5 notes. Her, no. Is this going to take long? I'm parked outside. Me, okay, hands her change in a mix of pound coins, 50p's, 20p's and even some tens. What on earth is all this? Me, your change. I did try and EXP. This is nonsense, drops coins everywhere, I'm not accepting this. Me, okay well I'll have to take your item back. But I paid for it. Me, but if you want your money back. No you didn't. What kind of a shop is this? I will be complaining to your head office. Me, if you leave without paying I'll have to call the police. Throws the item at me. This is what I think of this nonsense. Me, permits myself a small sigh. A complete stranger just tried to slip me an ecstasy pill. Cashier for a well-known retail store/pharmacy here. We are located right off a major highway, so we often get people who are passing through and just need to use the bathroom. A young guy came in about 15 minutes ago wearing some heavily psychedelic clothing. I'm a fan of similar clothing, so we started talking. He said he just had to go use the bathroom, but that he'd be right back. Dude comes out of the bathroom a couple minutes later, and I hand him the name of a psychedelic art/clothing company that I enjoy. The dude looks at me and says, "Thanks for the gift, man. Here you go." I look down and see that this guy has put an ecstasy pill on the counter right in front of him. I declined his offer, but thanked him for the thought. Maybe if I was still 21. Dude was really understanding about it and flashed a peace sign and left the store. I guess every once in a while strangers actually do offer you free drugs. Don't judge a book by its cover. I work in a local petrol station in northeast England. As you can imagine, I get a lot of very working class grumpy men coming into the store. It's about 7:30 AM and the morning rush begins to start. I always like to greet customers with a smile and always remember to say please and thank you when taking their money, etc. An older gentleman enters the store and buys a newspaper and GT. Good morning, just the newspaper, yeah. That'll be £0.85 please and GT. Here you go and GT. Thank you very much, and here's your change for you and GT. No, thank you very much. It's such a welcome change seeing a young person such as yourself actually saying please and thank you. It really makes a difference. Keep it up. Just thought I'd share a positive story. Always nice to have customers appreciate customer service. In another circumstance, which I won't detail in this post, I had a separate customer tell me and GT, just so you know, I've taken a piss round the back of the shop for you. I get it's your job, but you know you're wrong, right? So I work at a gas station in a college town that's right by the college, so every day I deal with mostly 18 to 24-year-olds who almost all come in for cigs, rillas, or pods. Well, on all our tobacco/alcohol products we have a strict final sale policy, so nothing can be returned. We even have a sign stating so. So a customer walks in, asks me if I know what pods fit his vape device. Personally, I don't smoke at all, so I have no idea what any of the devices are, and they all look extremely similar besides the Juul. So I tell him outright, I really don't know what that could be for, man. You don't know what brand it is. Customer, I think it's the blue, let me get these pods for it. So I rang him up, and he walks out. Around 15 minutes later he returns with just the pods and no box. Customer, hey, so they weren't for my device. I know what it is, it's actually the Alto pods I need. Op. Oh okay, it'll 14.50. Customer, oh yeah, just deduct what I paid earlier. Op. Oh sorry sir, all of our tobacco products are final. Sale. We even have a sign on our door and on the glass case where we keep them. Customer, seriously, you said you'd refund them if they didn't work for my device op. I don't recall telling you that, sir. Customer, PFFT whatever I get, that it's your job, but you know this is wrong, right op? No, I don't see how most stores follow TABC standards, and when you leave with tobacco products it's illegal to refund them. Customer, you're fucking ridiculous. I really don't get how you are gonna come to a gas station not knowing what pods you need, make a guess, and come back with just the pods, not even the box, and expect me to just give you ones for another device for free. Customer gets mad at me when she confuses items. For background, I work in a large chain craft store as a framer, so I'm usually tucked back in my workshop, blissfully hiding away from customers on the retail floor. However, my particular store has an odd layout where most frame shop entryways are positioned behind the customer counter, so customers know not to enter them. Mine is around the corner to the frame counter and there is no door at the entrance. Customers frequently walk into my shop asking questions or mistaking it for the bathroom area. Usually this doesn't bother me, but sometimes when I'm obviously engrossed in my work, I'll hear a loud throat clear or a rude "excuse me." This is one such instance. Customer, excuse me. I look up. Customer, yes, that back quote "excuse me" was for you. Do you have those window stickers? The ones you can like put on your window to advertise your business? Me, the vinyl decals. No, I'm sorry, we stopped selling those. Customer, oh okay. Walks away. 2 minutes later barges back in my shop and says, just in case someone else asks, you do have them and they're in aisle 41. I follow her to check out what she meant and make sure I'm not telling people the wrong information. I know we got rid of them over a year ago, but we are going through a lot of seasonal changes, plus we just got a truck in, so maybe we are stocking them again. Mind you, I'm 22 weeks pregnant and my belly is already pretty massive, so I slowly waddle after her. Get to the aisle and it's just the same as it was last time I saw it. No vinyl decals anywhere. She points at the stencils and goes, see. You got back quote M. Me, ma'am, those are stencils. Customer, yeah. You told me you didn't have them, and they're right here. Me, you asked for decal stickers. Those aren't stickers. Those are stencils. You'd have to draw or paint your letters on using those. Customer, yeah, that's what I asked for. Me, okay, sorry, I misunderstood. Thankfully that was the end of that. Edit, clarity. Do you know if I will like the taste of this wine? So today was kinda strange. Lots of weird people, lots of items being dropped to the ground and shattering, lots of stress. But this customer takes the cake. She came to my register with a kinda expensive bottle of wine. Customer, excuse me, but do you know how this wine tastes like? Me, no, I don't drink alcohol, so no clue. Customer, well, you gotta know. Me, no. Customer, what if I buy this wine and don't like it? Me, I don't know. We definitely won't refund an open bottle of wine just because it didn't suit your taste, ma'am. Customer, that's very bad service. *ENDS up buying the bottle ANYWAYS *me. *SIGHS *have a nice day. Customer, I'll have a talk with your boss about how little of help you are. Hopefully that wine tasted awful. Bear spray is tasty. Story 2 of many. Intro, I'm Nulu. I've worked in retail a collective total of 8 years now, but I'm still in my early 20s. I've finally gotten out of retail, so I figure not is as good a time as any to share my stories. Long time lurker on my lunch breaks. I've worked across 4 different bargain stores? We'll call them that, so I don't get in trouble. They're all independently owned family stores that share the same name, which is important, because we don't actually have a corporate, loss prevention and many other things that most stores already have. We don't even have protocol for shoplifters or a code for dial 911, important in some stories. Also, I'm just a 5'4" woman, and I'm not very scary. Might also be important in future stories. Story. Ah yes, the day I experienced pepper spray for the first time. It's burnt into my memories. Get it? I was headed towards the break room to grab my things before I headed to the back to clock out for lunch. As I turned down an aisle, I saw her. She seemed like she was going to be a simple shoplifter to stop, small girl with braids, and being completely obvious. I thought it was gonna be one of those walk up and ask for the stuff situation, and then a simple escort out. Boy was I wrong. She noticed me coming down the aisle, so she started heading further into the store to loop around another aisle and head up front. People do this move all the time thinking it's going to trick me. I'm not a dog, guys. I know you didn't actually throw the ball, so to speak. I double back and meet her at the top of the aisle, right near the registers. That's when I see in the top of her huge bag, which is full of a ton of snacks and food. I beeline it for the front door, but she's already out the front. I flag one of my cashiers to call the police, and I wave my co-manager to follow me. I dash after her outside and follow her around a corner so I can see where she goes and direct the cops in the right way. Normally when my shoplifters round that corner, they break into a full sprint, and I expect to only catch a glimpse of which way they go. Not this time. She was waiting for me just around the corner, and my co-manager was just a couple seconds behind me. He didn't realize what was happening at first, so he didn't make it out the front door until I was already on the floor. I round the corner and there she is, her arm fully extended with a mace in her hands. I freeze and rotate my body slightly and take a step back like a "okay fine, go and take your snack cakes, I won't follow you" kind of gesture. Before I even realized what happened, I saw a bunch of orange liquid in my face. Hurt like a bitch. I heard my co-manager running up to me. I plopped down on the ground because I couldn't see, and I just pointed towards where she went and said "pepper spray, shoplifter." I heard 2 sets of feet run past me before one of my coworkers, who was on her lunch break in her car, came running up with a bottle of water. I was pretty much blind for the remainder of the story, but it turns out my produce manager had followed the other lead manager and they ended up across the street at obscure large store with her cornered. She was spraying her mace all over the place trying to keep them back, but she eventually ran out, and my produce guy body checked her into the wall, and they both sat on her while the police got over to them. Meanwhile I was head first in the mop sink in the back, being buddies with some discarded broccoli, while I rinsed my face. I was answering questions from an officer for a good 20 minutes with my head under the hose, and then he left to process her. It took about 40 minutes to get my face rinsed off and not burning long enough to see. The officer came back and filled me in and asked if I wanted to press charges. Heck yes I do. She just flabbed my face. He told me afterwards that it was actually bear spray and I should check that off my bucket list. Thanks bro. Also my best friend / co-worker got me a chocolate milk and I got to go home early. TLRD, followed a shoplifter to get pepper sprayed in the face. My coworkers got revenge. She got jail and I got a chocolate milk. Threatened over a free Fortnite special. Mobile warning blah blah blah. I'm back, your local game store key holder. CD crazy dude me equals WONDERFUL person. So today we had these little cards that had a code for a free Fortnite pickaxe. You had to be physically in the store to get the card. You didn't even have to buy anything to get them. Completely free. Of course we got some calls asking for the code on the card, but once we explained they had to be there to get it, nearly everyone was like oh okay. And everything was fine. And suddenly CD called. My manager got him the first 2 times, and he said each time no you have to be here. He called a 3rd time and I answered. I explained once again he had to be in store. And this is when it got crazy. He started getting pissed, demanding I give him the code, and eventually he said, "Why don't you take those keys off your pretty little neck, scratch off the card, and give me the fucking code?" I was so shocked I was silent for a second before laughing under my breath and saying, "This isn't how we're going to do this." He got even angrier and started spewing threats at me, saying I was going to regret this and I should just give him the code. At this point my manager walked over and heard the threats. He grabbed the phone and told the man if he ever called our store again or even came into our store he'd be pressing harassment charges. I was so just shocked about this, like, it's over a free code. All you have to do is show up and someone threw a fit like that.